literally people were probably looking at us like, oh my god, they're filming TikToks, like how stupid, right, or whatever. And it's
dude,
just like,
good, let them think that, bro.
Yes, let them, because
let them fucking think that, dude,
right?
Because I'm over here fucking like, getting mine.
100%. I was like, yeah, like if I was like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable doing this, I would have missed out on like 100,000 likes or some shit, you know. It's just like, it's crazy.
Welcome back to the podcast. Use the code KB Podcast for a discount on all my kits and beats. It's still active. Today on the podcast, we have the one and only TikTok phenom slash YouTube producer LLusion. What's good, dude? How's it been?
What's good, my man? Let me just say it's an absolute honor to be on this pod, man. Listen to every single episode. This is wild.
Let's get it, dude. We're here.
We're out here making podcasts.
So LLusion just told me that he's listened to every single podcast so far, and I think it's been 43 episodes, which is kind of crazy to think about. It doesn't feel like 43, but yeah, man, how does it feel?
It's extremely like overwhelming, but in just the best terms possible. I don't know if I'm already like getting into everything, but I just kind of want to say, like, when, you know, because all this happened so quickly. And I just did not think that, you know, your life could change so much in such a short amount of time. But I don't know. It's cool because it's like, it's not like I feel like I blew up overnight, because it's like I've been grinding at this for so long. Like, whether it was just music, I've been making music for like 6 years already. And I've been doing YouTube for like almost 2 years. So it's been like a consistent grind, but it was just such a slow come up. Like, it took me a year and a half to get 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. And that, like, you know, I put like so much like just work and time into all these videos, and like I knew, you know, it needed to take time and all that type of stuff, you know. But yeah, so it didn't feel like it was like an overnight thing, but the whole, you know, change of pace with everything, whether it's like workload and now, you know, doing this full time and all that type of stuff, it's like extremely overwhelming, but like I said, like in the most positive way.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before. Like, it's harder to get the first 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers, dude, than it is to get to 100,000. And you're literally proof of that.
Living. No, dude, it's crazy too, because it's like, yeah, no, it really is. Like, I will never forget how long. Like, getting that 1,000 subscribers. Like, I don't want this to sound horrible, but like I truly mean this in like the best intentions. But that feeling of hitting 1,000 subscribers was like more satisfying than hitting 100K. Now I know that sounds, yeah, okay, cool. I'm not crazy. 100%. All right, because again, it happened in a month and a half. Like, I gained 100,000 subscribers from, you know, I think it was from June 10th. I had 1,600 or whatever, and then July 26th I hit 100. So, you know, when you compare 2 months to almost 2 years, it's like, again, the effect is there, but yeah.
So let's bring it back before we get fucking too far ahead, for people who don't.
Yeah, my bad.
For people who, no, I was about to go in and just start asking things that we need to start from the beginning a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll crack open one for the boys right now. a little LaCroix action, coconut the best.
So take me back. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Let's go back to how did you get into music? How did you get into everything? And then we can get into the YouTube grind and how we got into TikTok and all that stuff. Like, how did you start with music and all that stuff?
So, taking it way back.
How old are you right now, by the way? I think you told me, but I forget.
I'm 21 years old.
21.
And I started making music when I was 15. Yeah, so yeah, 6 years, right? But all the way back, so my pops, he was like super into music. Obviously, he was like a studio producer for like a year or two back in like the 80s and stuff. Yeah. And so he was like around music. You know, fast forward, it turned into like, you know, editing and stuff like that. So now he's like a film editor. So he's always been in like the entertainment industry, and has always had like an extreme, you know, passion for music and just love for it, right? So even as a young kid, I was exposed to like so many different genres of music, like from new wave to soul to hip hop, punk rock. Like, it was just all over the place, reggae, the whole thing, right? And like I even knew like when I was like a little kid. I remember the first time I heard "Juicy" by Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
That and the hook where it's like you know very well, and then you hear like these chimes and they just like pan from your ear like right to left or whatever.
Yeah.
When even like as a young kid I heard that and I was like that is so dope. Like I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's called, but that sound like just, pulled my ear, right? And then so it was like little stuff like that as I was getting older, really loving music, right? And then in middle school, I got my first pair. Like all I wanted for Christmas for my 8th grade year was a pair of Beats headphones. Like that was all I wanted, man. And it was like the white Solos, so it was like the cheapest ones. It was like the on-ear headphones. And I even remember I was so obsessed about getting them. I went to Best Buy one time and like I measured the Beats headphones box with my phone, and it was like 2.5 iPhones or something. And then I went home to see like my Christmas presents in the tree or whatever, and like I measured. I was like, it's that, man. But like I tried playing it off, and then I opened it and it was like, there it is. I was super hyped, right? And so yeah, right. And so as weird as it sounds, like just having a really good pair of headphones made me love music so much more, because I was able to like hear things I never heard, because Apple headphones used to be just garbage, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's so cool to know that like AirPods are so like popular, because it's like, Apple headphones were known for such horrible quality, right? So yeah, dude, I used to be like super into like dubstep. Like that was my vibe, and I was into like shuffling and like hardstyle music and stuff.
Yeah.
And but also listening to more hip hop and just all kinds of stuff. And then it wasn't till my 8th grade year, right, as I was approaching high school, I found this artist through a great friend of mine. She showed me him through Tumblr. His name was Nujabes, and I'm clear, it's everyone knows who he is now. I mean, he's up there with Dilla and just all those incredible producers. And listening to his music, it was the first time I ever heard a clear blend of like jazz and hip hop with like no lyrics, like no vocals. So it welcomed me into the instrumental world, and I never knew like that was a thing. Like I always loved listening to like hip hop because of like the beats and stuff, but I never knew like that there was literally a category for music like that where it's just the beat, right?
Yeah.
So became super huge into Nujabes, right? Just was obsessed with them. And through that came like DJ Shadow, DJ Crush, like all these other big instrumental dudes, right? And then through that, I found like Gangstar, that hip hop duo with DJ Premier and Guru, right? Huge fans of them, right? So that just started trickling down. So by the time,
Truth.
Yeah,
by Gangstar.
Dude, that was the beat that like changed everything for me. Like no lie, like when I heard that, I was like, dude, this is incredible. Like how have I not been exposed to this?
Yeah.
And feel free to mention anything. I feel like I'm speeding.
He's from Boston, Guru.
Oh yeah, I forgot
He's
about
from like
that.
Roxbury.
Yeah, and it's funny because Premier's from Texas, so it's like the two most not New York dudes were labeled as like the definition of New York hip hop.
Yeah.
And so shout out Gangstar, shout out Premier, he was a big inspo. And so yeah, man. So once I went into high school, like freshman year was all about listening, discovering, digging, like all that type of stuff, was just learning about music and music production and all these producers and the Alchemist and just Madlib and all these crazy dudes, so that's like really what started everything. And then come my sophomore year, I was just like, dude, I felt like I listened to everything, and obviously there was so much, but I was like, I can't keep listening to music anymore. Like I need to contribute somehow. And so
it's funny how some of the stuff you mentioned about people that you listen to coming up, because it's funny because I'll go back and hear all these old, because I don't know what it is about my brain, whenever I talk to people or have podcasts or just listen to other people talk about music, and they always talk about like what you're saying about how they were inspired by all those people, which I was too. I was inspired by all these people on LimeWire and just listening to these things. It's not until I go back on YouTube or I go back down the trenches, like down the nostalgia, that I go, oh shit, that like this is why I do this when I make beats now. And it's literally in the back of my head that I'm not like thinking about, oh yeah, I listen to this person's blah 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 and that's why I do this. I don't even know that I'm doing it. I just like used to just LimeWire or whatever. Yeah, whatever the fuck was available at the time where you could listen to music. I was just all day listening to music, and I didn't even like it didn't even cross me as something I was thinking about, because I wasn't like trying to make music. I was just obsessed with like Yeah. It's weird.
It's so funny you bring up LimeWire. What was the other one? There was LimeWire and there was another one.
The next one was FrostWire.
FrostWire. Okay, see, I never did LimeWire
version.
Yeah, I did FrostWire a lot. I was heavy into that. Isn't it so crazy how like, you know, from Napster to LimeWire, like all those quote unquote like, you know, illegal downloading stuff like that has turned into just an incredible you know, streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music, and it can now like make a
dude, it's so legit now. Like people used to complain about it because like the people that were making bank off of selling, but dude, it's like it's amazing now because like maybe someone doesn't go and buy the song, but it's like, dude, the fact that you can put out as many songs as possible and you're still just giving to your fan base. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're just giving them music for essentially for free. I guess you got to pay for a Spotify and all that, but like I put everything out I put everything out everywhere. So essentially to me it's free. So you're giving people music that they're listening to for free, and you're not taking anything from them, but they're still but you can still make money off of streaming, and you can still survive off of all that stuff. Like I think it's in a great place, cuz like whenever I put out a product, like I want to put out stuff in the future or now, whatever, that I want people to be able to buy and like enjoy. Like when I go to Nike.com and buy my favorite fucking shoes or something, I'm not thinking of it as like, oh, Nike's taking my money. I'm thinking of it as I'm getting a great fucking pair of shoes. But like when you put out music and you make money off of streaming, it's just like, it feels like free fucking money to give people I hate escapism in life. You know what I mean? It's like the greatest fucking thing of all time.
Dude, no, 100%. Like I remember the Dat Piff days, like all the mixtape stuff. Yeah. And I would download like, you know, like Wiz Khalifa's album and Mac Miller's album and all that stuff. And like I even remember like when, you know, again, like all this is so new, man. Like it's probably like a little older than, you know, half a decade. Like I remember when Joey Badass came onto the scene like 2013 and all that stuff. Like, dude, I was downloading stuff off Dat Piff, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't on Apple Music, none of that. And it's just like, it's such a trip.
So what got you into, sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was just saying, like I was talking to someone, he was telling me, he was just like, think about like how giant the Beatles were, like just absolutely ginormous, right? But it's like, you know, they were just selling millions and billions of albums and stuff like that. But like you look at a top 40 artist nowadays, you know, take Drake for example, like this guy gets, you know, hundreds of millions of plays on just one damn song, or just songs in general, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just crazy how much all that has changed, you know. But yeah,
I always think that I feel like they're not gonna. Sorry, this is going off what you just said.
No.
I feel like when people always talk about, oh, we're never gonna have another fucking Michael Jackson or another this person, or another that. It's because, dude, it's not gonna happen because media controls the way everyone fucking thinks. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Like whatever people put out, real or fake, it just controls however people think. And like there's a kid in Wisconsin right now that thinks Kyle Beats is the greatest rapper producer of all time that's ever lived. Because because when he goes to YouTube, he types in Kyle Beats, he watches my video, he follows my Instagram, he's listening to this podcast, and that's what he thinks. So there's too many options now. So you're not going to have like, there's not going to be like a person controlling it. So there's not going to be like this monopoly where like someone like fucking Drake would be like the Beatles and but at the same time, things like what happened to you can happen.
Right.
And like what happened to all of us essentially is we can just fucking
That's a good
change our lives in a couple fucking years. But all right, how long have you been doing, like how long were you doing YouTube for before the TikTok thing and you started bringing people over there?
So funny enough, me and Simon Servita, we started the exact same day. Like literally, I think it was either the same day or the day before. We started January, like 7th or something, 2018. So it was the beginning of 2018. Like I had it all planned out in my head. Like I watched just, I was studying like everyone's YouTube channels and stuff, like yours and Pat's and Aries and Ramzoid, all them. And yeah, so I was just like, this is
Shout
the
out to
year we
Aries.
started. Shout out to Aries. I want to ask you about the show. How it was. Yeah, how was it? How was it last night?
It was good, dude. It was inspiring, man. He's killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Aries, man. He's dope. What's it called? But yeah, so it was beginning of 2018, man, and I had like, shout out to one of my aunts. She was just like, because I had like no money at the time. We lived in like an apartment, and I was just like, I need some type of camera, and like my phone quality was horrible. But shout out Ramzoid, he used to film on his iPhone, so no excuses.
Simon fucking still films on his iPhone to this day.
Yeah, so I definitely, use what you got, but I got like this little power shot quality was like really bad, and yeah, man, that's what I started doing. I was super focused. My videos were more like Pat Ryan style wise, just based off like the camera angle and just how like I didn't even like screen record. Like it was just me playing the notes and all that stuff. And I was actually doing that format for like a good almost like half a year, like from January to June.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like June when I moved out of the apartment, and then me and my now wife, we moved back in with my pops, and we were like, and then we started looking at just how big streaming was and like Twitch and all this type of stuff, and just the whole having your like face in the corner, but you're really like the screen record is the main focus and stuff. That's when I like changed it, and that's when like subscribers started coming, at least a lot more than what I was in the past 6 months during that time.
Yeah. And then
man.
How long were you doing that before you started doing the TikTok thing? Like year or two?
Yeah, no, it was I think it was like a year and a half exactly, because
it was a year, 6 months, and 4 days.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I think it was. No, yeah, because it was so shout out to Patrick CC. I give a lot of shout outs just because whatever, right? And he made a video called TikTok is blowing up rappers, right? And he was talking about Swaco the Child. He was talking about a couple other people, right? And I was like, whoa. And my sister-in-law, she did TikTok as well, and like her numbers were doing pretty dope. She got like 11,000 likes on a video just from like painting on some jeans and stuff. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is this app? Like, I always just thought it was just some cringy app that kids just lip sync on, which it is used for, but it's used for a lot more other stuff too. And so I was just like, after seeing that video and after seeing my sister-in-law do it, and I was just like really analyzing, and dude, like I was so like, I wasn't trying to get famous. I wasn't trying to fucking just do whatever I wanted just to get clout or whatever, but I wanted to make music a living so bad.
Yeah,
like,
dude, you're trying to get out of the fucking trenches, dude. Like, bro,
yes, man,
you're
like
not,
100%.
Dude. You are not thinking about fucking. Even to this day, bro. Like, I am not thinking about fucking fame at all. I'm just thinking about like what I want to do, like creatively and musically. Like, I don't know, because like that shit comes and goes, like that, all that shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, dude,
going.
like I think about I think about people who just go for clout, and even if they get like 15 minutes of fame, like what is it worth for, man? Like if that's it, you know what I'm saying, right? So
yeah,
I was like, so as I was doing the whole YouTube thing before TikTok, I was also trying to be like all the like the Instagram producers too, like shout out like Eldre and Ed Talante, right? They're killing it. And so I was really inspired by that. I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna like try to make really funny videos and mix it in with like beat making and stuff like that. And I would like tag everybody, bro. Like I would tag you, I would tag friggin' all these beat making accounts, right, just to get seen or somehow. And so that wasn't even doing much. That wasn't popping off. I was paying like $20 a post for these beat making websites and stuff. And so I knew I was already doing stuff like that. Like I was doing my YouTube, I would edit it really funny. Like that's what I was like known for, was like my edits and stuff. Shout out iMovie. And I was doing
I remember I remember I went and commented on one of your videos.
Yeah, what, on YouTube?
Yeah, just because I stumbled upon it, because I would always see you in the comments of
So
my
dope.
videos.
So
Then I
crazy.
went to one of them. I forget why, but like I went to one of them and commented on it just because I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I think I
it was
told you
the
this.
yeah, no, I remember, dude. It was I did like making a Logic type beat, and like it was like one of my best videos I did at that point. I was only doing YouTube for like 5 months, and when you commented on that, I was like, dude, like I'm so glad he saw this video. And but no, dude, it's crazy. Yeah, I remember you're just like, dude, this is dope. You're gonna get it or something like that. Like keep
Yeah,
going.
that's
And so
why I like to say when I can just see something happening.
Dude, I appreciate
Just
that, man.
because
That's
I
so
fucking
sick.
hate when people stop. What do you think it was that
Dude,
just like?
yes.
What do you think it was that just like kept you going? Because it's not fucking easy, like
Dude.
to get out of the fucking trenches is what I like to call it. Because once
No,
you're
I
out,
love
like,
that.
dude, you're out right now, and yeah, you fucking quit your job and you're fucking. All right, we gotta do this. This is how much money we gotta make. I know the
Yeah.
situation you're in right now. Maybe not exactly, because like
Yeah.
you have fucking 500,000 TikTok followers in like a month or two or whatever the fuck it was. Like,
Yeah.
so it's a
crazy.
little bit more of like a scramble how to like manage everything probably than I had. Mine was a little
Mhm.
bit slower, but like, what do you think it was that just kept you fucking waking up and just like, all right, let's this isn't working, let's fucking try this. This
Yeah.
isn't working, because that's what stops dude, everyone in my
Dude.
fucking DMs and comments and questions I'm getting on this podcast and all this shit. That's usually what stops everyone in every
Yeah.
field everywhere in
Absolutely.
the whole world.
Dude, no, 100%. I'm so glad you asked this question. Like, I really want to speak on this heavily, because for everyone like listening, man, like, you know, anyone who's doing YouTube, all that stuff, and you guys feel like you guys aren't getting any love, like, trust me, man, I was there. But there are a couple of things that was really keeping me going. Okay, number one, I was like, I hate school. I didn't go to college. I'm getting older. This is it. Like, this is my everything, bro. Like, if this doesn't work out, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how I was.
Just, yeah. It was just like, I don't want anything else, man. Like, I'm not gonna just settle, right? So that was the main thing, right? But, you know, this is gonna fall into my third thing. But number two, it's just like, you have to really step outside of your box and really look at your content and make sure that, like, because it's so easy to hype yourself up, it's so easy to make a trash beat and be like, this is sick, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you really have to take yourself out of that box and really ask yourself, am I making good content? Is the content
Yeah.
I'm making enjoyable? Can people be entertained? Can people be educated by it? Can it be relatable? Can it be to the, you know, bigger masses and stuff? Like, I was trying so hard to make videos that wasn't just for producers. Like, I wanted, you know, people, you know, girls that liked Billie Eilish, I wanted them to come into my, if Billie Eilish made lo-fi hip-hop video, and like watch that, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
wow, this is actually funny. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was very inspired by like Emma Chamberlain and stuff, like the way she edited. Like, she just like
Dude,
changed
I've
the
been
YouTube game.
dude, I went to, I don't know how the fuck I found her videos.
Uh-huh.
No, she was trending actually on YouTube like a couple months ago, and I never saw her until she had like
Really?
fucking 8 million subscribers. But
Oh,
I went back through her whole. I was just so interested of how consistent everything she had was, and so I
Yeah.
just like binged from the start, essentially not all
Yeah.
the videos, but I binged so many of them, and
No, I
like.
feel that.
And like, you see them now and they have millions of views, right? This is like literally the shit I fucking tell myself. But like,
Yeah.
when I'm actually, sometimes I'm just like not thinking this way when I'm actually thinking about Kyle Beats. But like,
Yeah.
she has millions of views pretty much on all of them now, because they're all kind of consistently the same. You know what I
of
mean?
course.
And like, obviously a gradual increase of whatever. But like, I have the vidIQ plugin that I have. You can go back and see how many views they got the first couple days, and you're looking at a video. It has fucking mad comments. It has millions of views. This girl's popping now, so you
Yeah.
immediately think, oh, she's a popping YouTuber. And then you look at this vidIQ thing, and it's like, dude, this video got like 346 views in a week.
Yeah.
And she's got the camera out in public. She's confident as ever. You know what I mean?
Confident,
She doesn't, like, that's like insane to me, because like there's a lot of people, including myself, when I started YouTube. Now it's a little bit easier because there's people watching these. I know, like, guaranteed someone's gonna see this.
Guaranteed.
Like, a lot of people, like at least 1,000 people are gonna watch this, and more people are gonna listen to it.
10,000 at least, you know.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Listens are fucking gonna be more, and if I include it on anything else, and in the future, whatever. But like at the time when you're starting, it's like that's like something that stops people too. Is just like they put the camera on themselves and they're just like, who am I talking to right now?
Yeah, dude.
And they start thinking about how the only people that are gonna see it are their friends, and
it's incredible how comfortable like you start to get with the camera. Like everyone talks about it, even like the biggest YouTubers, man. They're like, yeah, like when you first start out, like it feels so uncomfortable to talk to a camera. You know what I'm saying? But it took me a long time, like almost a year to fully get comfortable with it. Like I still can't even do like vlogs though outside. I can't really do that.
I'm getting there, dude. Again, I'm getting better.
Yeah, no, dude, you're good. What's it called? But yeah, no, dude. So shout out Emma Chamberlain, man. Like her editing style and the fact that she was doing everything on iMovie, and so was I. I was just like, dude, you can do a lot with this app, you know. So what's it called? So anyways, going back, man, to like how I kept going and stuff. So once I really like realized and was confident in my content, it wasn't just me saying that, man. Like whether I slid into the DMs or whether you guys found me, like how you said you found me in the comment section, like I would make sure to comment on like everybody's YouTube channel just to try to stand out. And like honestly, like I would get top comments a lot of the time because I would try to be like say something funny or whatever, right?
That's what Simon was doing his whole little come up too. Like he was making all these videos and like his videos were doing well, and then he was also, dude, like every fucking video I posted, bro, Simon's fucking comment was the top comment on his like,
because it just shows it shows that you're really involved in everything. And I'm gonna front, man, like I did not care. I didn't care if it was lame promo. I did not care. Like if I got a top comment, I would go back, edit the comment, put in parentheses, and check out my videos. I did not care, right? So anyways, but so yeah, man, so really people like yourself, shout out to Chris, Punsalun, Simon, Lifestyle did it, man. All those three dudes and yourself, man. Like you guys really saw my work, my videos, and you guys really were like, dude, like this is good. Like you got this, bro. Like it's just gonna take time. Like just stay consistent, keep at it, and you got it. So that was what also helped me going and stuff. But yeah, man, it was tough though, man. I'm not just saying, that it was easy, man. Again, and like, I got a wife, I got 2 dogs, man, and it's just like, their time with me is really important, obviously, as well. So it's like, I can't, I'm not just, a single dude locked in my room 24/7 editing, making beats all day. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it got tough.
Yeah. So what was that like when the TikTok thing started working and you decided to quit? What was your job?
Okay. So first, I worked at Costco. I worked at Costco for like 3 years, right? I freaking hated it, man. Yeah. Like you ask anyone who works at Costco, like any adult, and they're just like, "Oh, dude, you're gold, man. It's such a great job, man. Dude, you can be there for freaking 20, 30
anywhere, and I'll tell you that I hate it, dude. Anywhere, bro.
Dude, 100%. And again, the problem with society, they'll look at you if you say that and they think you're lazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you don't want to work a dead-end job, right? So, dude, I was surrounded, bro. I mean, being in, like, again, it was a good job, and yes, of course, I had like my cool moments and me laughing up with my coworkers sometimes, whatever. But when you're around that environment, dude, it becomes so toxic because they start to like just feed into your brain, and you're starting to think, well, if this guy can work here for 25 years, maybe it's not that bad. Like you start really overthinking it, and it's such a bad environment, right? So long story short, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Start of 2019, I was like, I don't care, man. I don't care about the benefits. I don't care how much I'm getting paid right now, because they do, they help you. They support you really well over there. And I was like, F it, of course I can't do it. I was like, I need something my lane, right? So I quit. I was out of a job for like a month and a half. Again, shout out my pops, man. He's always been extremely supportive in like everything I do, especially creatively, since like we both are from that creative field. So he was just like, dude, like I want you to be in a good spot so you can focus more on your YouTube, blah blah blah. So yeah, man, I found this coffee shop that was like right, walking distance to my house. And I've actually been going there like my whole life, which is just funny. And yeah, applied there. And so like that was my job from January 2019 all the way up until TikTok started happening, which was in June.
Amazing.
Yeah, dude. And again, like it was like a cool job, you know, like it was pretty chill. It got hectic and stuff. I was like a cook and I was making breakfast burritos and all that. And what's it called? But dude, it was just literally once, and again, I'll explain about the TikTok stuff, but like once the TikTok stuff happening, like I was just worried about time. Like I wasn't even getting paid from YouTube and Spotify yet or anything. Like I was just like, I don't care if I'm out of money for a while. Like I just need more time. Like I need to be posting on TikTok constantly.
Yeah.
I need to be editing constantly and just having that job. And it wasn't even full time. It was only part time. So like I didn't even care, man, about money. I was just like, I need all the time in the world, right? So anyways, answering your question finally about TikTok. So it was June again. Patrick uploaded that video like June 7th, I think. And so I took a few days to really plot it out and really decide like what I wanted to do. And coming from Vine, like Vine was my high school life. Like Vine was huge when I was in high school, right? And it was just such
that was me in college.
unique. Yeah. How old are you again?
I just turned 27. Oh, not just anymore. 3 months ago. So
oh shit, dude, that's dope. Okay, cool. Oh, dude, okay. See, I wanted to talk to you more about like I don't know.
I
like,
started making beats at
like,
fucking 20, dude. When I was fucking
that's
like
crazy,
20 something
man.
years old.
That's insane. But no, dude, everyone has their own like lane and everything, and now it's just like. But no, I think that's dope, man. But yeah. So, what was I saying about the whole?
What was break me like? I love the whole fucking quit your job to do TikTok conversation.
Yeah, no, dude, it was great. No, like this will like lead into that how I quit and everything like that. So, again, like I was really inspired by Vine and everything, and I was like, okay, I was plotting how to do these TikToks, and again, I didn't even like know how to use this app. So I literally didn't follow any trends. I didn't follow any rules. I was like, I'm literally gonna treat this app like Vine. So you can upload like minute-long videos if you want on TikTok. So I was like, I'm literally going to keep it like Vine and like do like 6 seconds or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it very short, very sweet to the point. And yeah, it was just like a simple video of like me listening to the Jonas Brothers songs, Sucker. And it was just like the camera's on me and I like look to the camera. I'm like, oh, that's dope. And then,
why did you pick that song? Was that song like trending at the time on TikTok? Or?
Well, okay, a couple of things, because again, I was trying to change up style of content on my YouTube, and because again, I didn't want to just be like labeled as that lo-fi guy. Too late now, I am. But so I was just like, so I was like, okay, instead of if so and so made lo-fi hip hop, because again, shout out to Aries, man, because he really did start that. You know, he only did like 2 videos, but I was like, F it, like I'm gonna capitalize on that idea and like the whole thumbnail. Like I flat out, you know, I was super inspired by his thumbnails and everything. So anyways, I was like, okay, what if I made like super popular pop stars or, you know, pop singers or whatever into SoundCloud rappers? So I was just like, if the Jonas Brothers were SoundCloud rappers, and so I made like a total like Nick Mira, Juice WRLD type beat, and I put that Jonas Brothers acapella over it, and then so it was dope. And like my friend, she was like, "This is like really good," and I was like, "It is?" Like she's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And like I saw that it did really well on TikTok. It had like 100,000 videos made with that song or something like that. And I was like, let's get it. And so that was the first one, and it just fucking blew up, man. Like well, again, for me, it blew up. Like I gained like 2,500 followers in just that one day, and like that was more than I've had the same Instagram account for like 7 years, and like I never even passed that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of how it happened. I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, and at first, like, I was like, okay, well, maybe this is just how the app works. Like, maybe this is the only social media platform where like you just get a ridiculous amount of likes or something. I don't know. So then I posted if Old Town Road was like a lo-fi beat, and I did that the next day, right? Like literally right after, flopped. Like got like 2 likes. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man, this is a total, like, it was a total fluke. Like it wasn't like a real thing, right? And then so I was kind of like, oh man, that's a bummer. So I waited like a good day or two, posted one more of like if Ariana Grande made lo-fi hip hop. Once that popped, I was like, okay, this is something. And then again, this is what was so perfect about my situation, man. Again, to anybody out there thinking that they're making content for no reason, like let's say you're just grinding on YouTube or grinding on beats, right? And you're like, no one's listening, no one's paying attention, right? I promise you, it will work out some way or another because I was so consistent because I was so consistent, I had like 10 or 15 remixes already done. So when this buzz was happening with me, I was able to push out like 1 or 2 remixes on TikTok every single day for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was able to keep my buzz up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think it was my like 6th TikTok where I did my If Comethazine Made Lo-Fi Hip Hop remix, and that was like, that just skyrocketed. Like it got 1 million plays in a few days, and I was like, this is just unbelievably insane. And I think that's what took me I think I already had like 10,000 followers on TikTok already, just because, again, man, TikTok, they work fast, man. People who are on that, they're just like, they see one video, they follow you, man, and they love what you keep posting. It's just the weirdest thing, right? Unlike, like how many YouTube videos do people watch, they don't even like or even subscribe, they just move on, you know what I'm saying? But with TikTok, man, it's so interactive. And so yeah, within, I think it was within a week or 2 weeks, I hit 100,000 followers on TikTok, and I was like, this is just unreal. Like I could not process it. And then again, the coolest thing about this, again, like I didn't know if it was just going to be one of those apps where, like, you can see people where like they blow up on one app and then that's it. They're not on anything else, not YouTube, no, nothing, right? But I was so blessed for all these people to hit that link in my bio, and they all went to go subscribe to my YouTube videos. And so freaking, I went from, having 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in like a week or 2, man. And it was just fucking unreal.
Amazing. Yeah, they have a really good, like, I think every fucking social media, everything needs to have a better like way of, because like even for Instagram, like I'm like doing the swipe up thing, but they're opening a YouTube fucking screen on Instagram, so it's like they're not signed into Safari, their account, so they're not fucking liking or commenting. So yeah, they're watching the video, but it's like not the same as the YouTube.
Yeah, like luckily 100%. Like luckily sometimes I feel like it works only sometimes, but like now they kind of put the option of like open in app. But so there's a lot of people that don't see that, or there's a lot, whatever. But
TikTok goes right to the fucking
really
shit.
They have really figured it out. Like I know there's like this big topic right now about TikTok called like shadow banning, and basically like the way I can describe it is like, oh, is it really?
Yeah, for all the fucking Instagram thoughts.
Imagine so anyone who doesn't know what that is, like imagine like a tube and like almost, so much, or no, like imagine like a hose and only so much water can come out. But like if you're just, putting so much water into it, or I don't know, something like that, like it's going to get like clogged up and some stuff doesn't just come out, I guess.
Yeah, I know shadow banning on shadow banning on Instagram is more like say I was shadow banned because I was posting, like, it's more so people that post inappropriate type of things. You know what I mean? So it's not just girls or anything like that. But you hear, I listen to Logan Paul's podcast. They always talk about it with like the LA fucking Instagram models and stuff, because they're just showing like inappropriate things. So like they'll type in say it was like Kyle Beats. They'll literally type in KYLEBEAT, and they'll be like verified and like everything, and it still won't even show. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
And then they'll type, and then they'll type in the S, and it will be like 4 things down, even though it's the exact username. So they're like trying to like not have them show up as much because
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man. No, so like
I really do think they want, though. You know what I mean? It's their fucking platform.
No, it's true. No, 100%, man. But I mean, so like other than that, sometimes with TikTok, like TikTok again, it's only like a year old, so like there's still a lot of glitches. And dude, like I do not mean to like toot my own horn or anything, but I truly feel like I kind of effed up the system a little bit, because I played TikTok's app where like I feel like they weren't expecting it, because again, like you and me have talked, but
dude, it took me fucking like a week to just figure out what the fuck you were even doing, because first of all, like we said, like it's hard to even figure out the platform in general, because you're like, all right, what the hell is this music at the bottom?
As soon as you open it, you're like on the homepage and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're confused of how it works in general. So I was trying to figure out both, but then like as I figured it out, and then dude, the second I like to figure out what you were doing, I had to like try to post a video, and I was like, oh my God, he's pulling in the fucking song, putting it on mute, and playing his fucking remix over it. I was like, that's the fucking most genius thing I've seen in my life. And he's showing up on these pages, and then, oh my God.
Because I was just so determined. I was just like, no, like, I don't want my sound to just be an original sound of my own, and then I don't get heard, you know? So, like, I was even talking to my sister-in-law who was doing a lot of TikTok, and I was just like, so I was trying to explain it to her. I was like, how do I want to post the video but coming out of my speakers but being the same sound but not play that sound? And she's like, I literally have no idea what you're talking about. So I kind of just was able to figure it out. I was like, beautiful. And so yeah, man, so because of that, TikTok got confused when I started doing that. So when they would hear my sound playing, they would completely change my original sound to like a different sound, and then I wouldn't get credit with my own thing, and then all this type of stuff. So I really did kind of like F up their system a little bit, which is just something funny. But so again, man, yeah, TikTok is just, you know, they're still learning with all kinds of stuff, you know, but I think the algorithm for it is just brilliant, man. Like someone with 2 likes on their video, like I could see that on my For You page. Like someone with 500,000 followers can see that, and I think it's so well put together.
What was it like the day? So you quit your job and you woke up the next morning. Tell me how that went.
So it's kind of an interesting story, and like I don't think it's legal that I can't talk about. I'm pretty sure I can talk about it, but yeah, no, I can talk about it. So basically, I'm not gonna lie, like that, because remember when I left Costco, that was like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a liberating moment. Like that, I was just like, oh, this is just so great, right? So I already kind of like had that feeling of just like, dude, I'm out of that scary dead end type of job. Like I'm out. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I'm out, right? So I already had that like liberating feeling. So when it was time to leave my coffee shop job, it was a little bittersweet because again, like I was only working there for like half a year, and I really, you know, again, it was super like mom and pop. So like I started becoming like close with like the people working there, like very like family kind of vibes, and so it was like a little bittersweet leaving. You know, and again, it was so close to home, so like it didn't even feel like, oh man, I don't need to drive this route anymore, like anything like that. So that feeling of like waking up the next day and not having a job, it wasn't like that classic like, oh my god, I can't believe I don't need to go to work anymore, right? But as time has gone by, yes, it is definitely like I wake up every day and I'm just like, I cannot believe that I don't have to go to work. And not to mention my wife, she doesn't need to go to work anymore either. Like we're literally doing well enough to pay for both ourselves and live together, and she gets to work at home with me, and so she's like my business partner with everything, dude, and it's incredible, right? But really what happened, I wasn't even planning on quitting at the time I did, but Alamo Records, they hit me up and they heard my Comethazine remix, and they have Comethazine signed, and they're like, dude, we want you to remix like his entire album coming out.
Really?
And I was like, dude, for sure, like let's get it. And I was like, what's your what's it called? Like, what's it called? Your time limit, or what's deadline? What's your deadline?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we want it out like next week. And I was like, you guys want me to like remix an entire album in just like 1 week? But I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I don't care. I'm not complaining. And so it was that day. My dad was like, dude, you need to go quit your job like now. And but the cool thing is, like, I already put in like my 2 weeks a while ago.
Yeah.
So like it, you know, but it happened a lot quicker than before 2 weeks. But so like my boss already knew and everything. But she was totally understandable. She totally cool with it and blah blah blah. So so once I quit my job, I freaking grinded out that whole album and I sent it to them by the deadline. It was dope. Still not out yet, but you know, they paid me for it and everything like that. And so it was crazy, man.
You getting your royalties for that or what?
well, it's non-commercial, so I didn't need to get like royalties. They said, I already talked to like my manager about it and stuff like that. So he was like, yeah, don't even sweat it or whatever. But yeah.
So they're just gonna like put it out fucking as like a mixtape or some shit type of thing.
Yeah, like maybe just like on SoundCloud or use it for TikTok, purposes or whatever. But I'm still kind of like waiting on that or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, what do you think your opinion is on? Well, first of all, what I was gonna say is the day that the week I quit my, before I didn't quit my job, I fucking like stopped Ubering. I stopped driving Uber.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
which I sucked at anyways and wasn't making enough money. Essentially, I was running out of money because I just can't do jobs.
Man, dude.
And like, I don't have, I went to college and all that stuff, but like, I am the worst worker on earth, like when it comes to something that I don't want to do.
to physical labor or
it's just like it's just like I just fucking completely shut down, and I just am not talking to anyone. Is it more mental
for you? Like is it more just like
it's more just like my gut is just telling me not to do this, and I listen to it because some people can power through that and work the fucking Costco job, and it has great benefits and all that shit, but like there's more to it than that. Like it's just like the whole thing of the job is just like I've been reading more books and getting educated on certain things like that. But like the whole thing, read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read that. Recently.
I actually have read that book.
Dude,
yeah.
And it's like the whole thing about working fucking jobs is like it's a dead end fucking street. It's the whole thing's a fucking dead end street. The more money you make, the more money they take from you. And it's just like
exactly.
So there is no anything. You know what I mean? It's just like this safe way out. That's not a safe way out. And then it's like imagine we're about to hit another recession or some shit. The fucking economy's gonna crash again sometime soon. It's just like people are gonna lose their jobs that they didn't even want in the first place.
Wow.
And money they weren't even happy that they were making of a lifestyle. They hit it and they got fat doing it. Anyways,
to speak on that too, man. Like I had a 401k with Costco, right? And then I found out that I don't know if all 401ks work like this, and I could probably sound mad naive right now, but I don't care. I personally just did not support this idea. When I found out like your 401k is being invested into like stocks and like that's how you're gonna do it, and I was just like, what happens if there's like another recession or a Great Depression and like a stock market crash? Like what, all my 401k after like years of working at Costco is not there anymore, you know? Like I don't know. I thought it was pretty whack.
Yeah, everyone's just fucking everyone is confused, and they act out of fear instead of acting out of like, the biggest thing I say is like, dude, everyone is gonna fucking die. You're gonna die. Yeah. And that's it. Like it's gonna be over. Dude. Like think about how small we are compared to how long the fucking earth is gonna be here. It's just the thing that I always just try to make people think about it a little bit. Like people are just so caught up because you can go to your sink and turn the tap and fresh water comes out. Because we're not out in the fucking wild, and you're more worried about your fucking neighbor, what your neighbor thinks about you, than like actually trying to live your life that you have if you're healthy 100%. Enough to fucking do so.
Same with, on that topic of like vlogging, you know, people who are like uncomfortable about vlogging and stuff like that.
That's like, what I'm saying is like, do I really care?
Who gives a F?
Like I'm not like I'm just gonna fucking do what I want.
Like, bro, I had one of those moments, like, dude, I linked up with like these big TikTokers, shout out Nice Michael and Kevin Perry, and they got like, you know, millions of followers or whatever on TikTok, and so we all linked up because we all planned it. We're like, okay, like let's make content together. So we all linked up, and like, bro, like we were in my downtown, like where I live, like in downtown area, tons of people on a freaking Saturday afternoon, and we're dead as like in the middle of everything, making TikToks and like doing the buckle and like dancing to shit, and like literally people were probably looking at us like, oh my god, they're filming TikToks, like how stupid, right, or whatever. And it's just like,
good, let them think that, bro.
Yes, let them, because
let them fucking think that, dude,
right?
Because I'm over here fucking like, getting mine.
100%. I was like, yeah, like if I was like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable doing this, I would have missed out on like 100,000 likes or some shit, you know? It's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so, I feel like there's a lot of people that especially people that aren't musicians, people that just kind of like they kind of just come up because they have like some sort of like, you see it in a lot of like the Viners, you know what I mean, where they're trying to get this respect from the real world, but it's like, dude, do you even? I don't want respect from the music industry because I don't want all them coming over here and making fucking YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? No. Like I'm gonna do my thing and run my whole fucking shit. Yeah. and like I don't even want people to understand it other than the people listening to this podcast.
I know, right? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk YouTube, like, because I want to, we can also talk TikTok and like the future of all that stuff. But like,
I'm sure you've talked enough about that in the past fucking
no, dude, I
months.
love it. I love talking about it, man. But when it comes to like YouTube itself, like, I don't know if I'm the only one feeling this way because I'm a content creator. Me and Chris have talked about it with some of my boys and stuff that also do YouTube. Shout out Umonic and the dude Big B, my guys. When we talk
both my
about
subscribers, they're listening to this as well right now.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man, they're extremely talented, right? So when we watch like YouTube videos of guys making beats and stuff like that, again, this wave has been going on for like I think 3 years now, because of Pat Ryan, man, the Godfather. And because of this, I don't know, I feel like beat making videos are starting to get like stagnant, or just they're starting to get kind of like maybe whatever. And I don't know if it's just because I'm worried about making my own videos, is that like I'm no longer like a consumer that just watches all of my favorite subscribers or whatever. So I want to really know from like your fan base, my fan base, everyone else's fan base, like if they are actually, still loving this entire beat making wave and all that stuff, and if not,
well, here's
like,
the thing, right?
What's next.
It's just like every tutorial's out there. I've made every fucking beat under the sun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I've done every fucking camera angle, every studio video. You know what I mean? Like, I've just done all of that stuff. So now it's just music is never going to die. Beats are never going to die. That's never going to die, right? People are just going to listen to music forever. So like the concept of it all is not going to die, but like the way people have been making videos is kind of just like, it's coming to a place where you have to evolve some sort of way now. And like, I feel like I've been trying to do that since I started, essentially. Like I've been trying to be someone who is slowly building that core fan base through things like the podcast and like actually going out and vlogging. And now like ever since I put out that music video, like I just have everything fucking mapped out now. Like,
dude, that's so sick.
With what I want to do. But I think it's going to come in the sense of just like evolving. Like I think somebody can still offer something new. Like there's going to be someone that can pop up 100%. That's just like, holy shit, this is like completely new content. There's always
going to be new shit.
And just get fucking mad subscribers in like a month. You know what I mean? So that's how it's like the gaming. Sorry, it's like the gaming thing. Like me and Simon were and Chris were talking about this. Like the gamers, they came up, they fucking play video games, and then they turn into a personality where they either go the route of being a personality, vlogging, and like entering gaming competitions, or they just end up being a vlogger and fucking putting 10,000 Orbeez in their swimming pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Oh man, like if you really break down Mr. Beast and like the FaZe clan and stuff like that, like whether people like what they're doing now or not, like it doesn't matter. It's like what they have created essentially from that. You know what I'm saying? And even on that same topic, like easily one of my biggest inspirations, like I don't know how much have you ever skated? Like was skating ever a part of you ever growing up? Like skateboarding?
I like skating, like skate the video games, like one of my favorite games. Like I love like watching skate videos, but like in Boston it's just like it wasn't a thing that kids did. Oh
yeah, right, because snow and everything.
It just wasn't. It was like a thing that weird kids did. Like
really?
It did not have the same like you're California, so like that's
I'm
like
Orange County, man. That's like everything.
The cool kids are fucking skateboarding there. There is not a fucking single cool kid that was skateboarding here.
So for me, man, Tony Hawk and all the Tony Hawk games and just freaking Viva La Bam and Field TV.
All that shit was so relevant though. So
relevant with me, right? So the older I have gotten and just knowing how, because I've been skating since I was like 6. I'm horrible. I still can't even like kickflip, but I don't care. I still have fun, right? And what's it called? When it comes to skateboarding, because like, dude, that the culture of skateboarding is so unlike any other culture. Like 100%, like even more than music. Like they got their own dictionary, man, of just different trick names and everything, and just the whole attitude of it. Anyways, I didn't realize just how impactful it was going to be in my life as I grew up, man, with music. Like all the Tony Hawk games, man, inspired me with like, all the great punk and hip hop music that they would play in those games, and the games and stuff. And then so now as a business standpoint, man, I look at Tony Hawk and I'm like, dude, this guy was just a regular skateboarder, right? And by the turn of the century, man, in 2000 or 1999, whatever it was, he came out with the first Tony Hawk game. And I've heard plenty of interviews from him and stuff like that. And it was because of that game. He made more money off video games, and he made more out of himself in his career off the video games more than he ever did competing as a professional skateboarder.
100%.
Like hearing that inspires me so much, where like I look at all this music stuff, I look at lo-fi beats, I look at YouTube, I look at TikTok and all this stuff, and I truly, and I know you talk about this all the time, like this is literally just a ginormous platform that's going to take me into my future for the next 10, 20 years. And I don't know what it is, but I know that this is literally like a stepping stone. Like this ain't the finish line.
It's like what you can build off of that. And I feel like that's something I have really been like concentrating on, is like, instead of what most people would do in my position is, all right, let's keep getting more views. Let's fucking double down on how many fucking beats we're selling. Let's fucking double down on this, and instead of making this amount of money, let's fucking make I hit 6 figures last year, and it's just like Gary Vee used to say this. It's like what's the difference between, it's like the day I quit my job and I was making $300 a week. It doesn't feel like, or quit my job, quit Ubering, and like I had to make $336 a week to survive in Florida. And like when I was doing that, it almost like feels the same. Like I don't need a lot of shit, so I don't need to make money I need to make money to put it back into Kyle Beats to do cooler shit with Kyle Beats. And like as of right now, because I'm not doing anything ridiculous with Kyle Beats, like I built this huge studio, but like, I mean, it's not too much money, I guess, but like,
I don't know. You've been investing into your brand.
Yeah, like I'm more concerned about building for the future, like, and like really making music that sounds good and building a fucking team. Like I have people now, like I built a good relationship with the kid that films my music videos now, and the kid that helps me, he was the kid that was a fan of mine, that his cousin is the one that films my videos now, and like he helps me with the videos, and he helps me with like anything else because he's so good at everything. Like he does beats and mixing and mastering, all this shit. Like he just helps me with shit. And then like I have another kid that's helping me with Project XX that I haven't announced yet. and then like I'm putting on a clothing line eventually that nobody really knows anything about yet, because I'm still like they're gonna know when I launch it. Essentially, I'm trying to keep it a secret because everything else they know about. So I want to have some shit that's fucking secretive, because I always give all these fucking previews in my vlogs and ruin everything.
Yeah, right.
So I'm building a dude that has his own like garage that he prints his shit out of, and like just like building relationships and building up value, and like really concentrating on launching a clothing line and doing the music the right way and doing a music video and having like all their products off of that, instead of using that same time that I have, and I have little time, instead of using that same time to just like double down on money and take in this fucking sponsorship and do this and do that and just collect money, because it's like I'm not even fucking spending money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
dude, that's why I know I don't know if you wrote this in like a funny way, but like when you made 6 figures in sweatpants, like people can laugh at that, but dude, like that shit is so inspiring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not, you can tell you vlog every day or you vlog all the time, and it's just like you're not, wearing freaking the new Guess shirt or the new freaking Bape t-shirts and Supreme.
I'm actually not wearing sweatpants right now.
like nothing against, no, but like, no no disrespect to anyone who wants to spend their money on whatever they want. Like, I'm really into fashion, so like, I'm not like going to the Supreme store and getting crazy shit, but like I really do like going, getting clothes and stuff like that. But you're just like, dude, give me comfy clothes. This is my brand. Like, it really has become your brand, almost like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, he's known to wear nothing but gray t-shirts and like Adidas slip-ons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was like the original idea of why. Because like my favorite part about that line was I drive a 2010 Toyota Corolla.
I love it.
When I get older, maybe I'll get something a little doper, and then that little laugh that I put in there because it's like a little fucking joke. And then obviously the original thing is like, this is that Sweatpants song was the first song where I actually like rapped, and I was like sending it to all my fucking music friends because I was like, dude, I can fucking rap. Listen to me rap.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think I could actually like do this.
So when you made that, you were like hyped. You were like, dude.
Yeah, I sent it to Simon, and he was like, yo, this is actually good. And
dude, fucking Simon can spit, man. He's wild. Everyone can spit. I need to fucking jump on you guys to inspire me to use my voice. Like, I really want to start. My wife tells me all that because I have like a really deep voice, I guess, or whatever. And she's like, you could really be like those deep voice whispering rappers for all the e-boys out there.
Yeah.
And shit. I'm like, man, I might need to hop on that. But anyways, go on.
But yeah, the Sweatpants line, I made 6 figures in sweatpants. It was just a line that I said, but it almost like meant more as in just like, I literally haven't gotten fucking started yet because like of all the shit that I've gone through the past 2 years. Like, I've run this whole fucking like, this whole Kyle Beats thing has been without a lot of time to even work on Kyle Beats. And like, it's what's made me even hungrier, but it's just like, dude, I'm not even like, this isn't even the real fucking thing yet. Almost, I haven't put my real pants on yet. Was like where I ended up. Like, that's where that line kind of fucking landed.
Yeah, and dude, like, not to get too deep or whatever, man, but like, just because what you mentioned about like the last 2 years and everything you've been through, man, and just I know your story again, like you getting robbed in Miami and just freaking all that crazy shit, right? It's like, bro, I got
robbed in Miami.
Wait, didn't you?
When the fuck
right in your apartment, you got your computer stolen.
That was at school, so that was like years ago though. That was
but didn't you like live in an apartment in Florida?
Yeah, so
am I tripping?
I got my stuff robbed when I was in school. So I was in Lowell, Massachusetts. That was like,
shit, dude, that sounds like a damn song. I got robbed in Miami.
I was like, what the fuck? I've never been to Miami. That was like 2013.
Okay, yeah.
So that was a while ago.
But yeah, man, I mean, just to like speak on like everything that you do, even behind the camera. Like, I know you make it very vocal, like about your moms and stuff, man. But like, people, again, I think we talked about this, man, but it's just like people could literally look at your videos or just whatever and have like a quick, stupid opinion about it or something, and like they have like no idea what's going on in your life behind the camera. They have no idea like what it's actually like. People always just, you can say those words saying like, yeah, like I take care of my mom, like cancer, the whole thing, but like they don't know what you got to actually go through on the daily basis. And actually,
see, that's the thing, right? Is like I got to this point where I was just like, as I was getting more followers and like I started telling people, I was like, oh, I need everyone to know every fucking single second of my life so that they have context when they comment on a video or when they DM me or when they, not even bad comments, but just like, that's just how I am anyways. Like, that's why I listen back to these podcasts and I try to get better at talking, because when I tell stories, sometimes I just need to go back to the fucking origin of everything so people understand the whole fucking story. Like, if I had to tell you about how I got my desk in my room, I would start with, oh yeah, well, I brought it here, it's from IKEA, but then blah blah blah, so I went to IKEA this day, the reason I got rid of my old desk, so I lived in this place before then, the first desk I had, like, I just keep going back and never even end up telling the story.
Got you. Yeah. So you just want to get it all out there, like. So
that's how I felt. I almost felt like I had to have everyone know everything, so they had context.
Which is like, I think that's cool,
realistically,
man.
like,
that,
it's good to tell your story, and I tell as much as I want people to know, which is most of it. But like,
no, for real.
But like, at the end of the day, dude, you just gotta fucking, like, the world is gonna keep going, so you have to fucking go with it. Like, you can't
No,
I'm out here. That's why I always say I'm out here. Is just because like I'm about it, dude. Like my whole life is this right now. My whole life is fucking Kyle Beats. And
if I to speak on just like more personal family stuff, if you don't mind me, if it's too personal, bro, like don't even trip. But like, what's it like?
I can edit it out.
I feel like I lied for some reason. Like, what's it like? Well, first question: does your girlfriend live with you?
No, she's got her own place in New Hampshire. She has like has like her own business that she runs in the summer. But she's here right now.
Shit, dude. Damn. Okay. Shit. Shout out to her. You just kind of answered my question because I was just gonna ask like, how do you balance time between spending time with her and work and all that stuff? But before you answer that question, my battery on my camera is actually dying. What should we do about that? Because I don't have that ability. I asked you like, how do you balance time with your girlfriend and being able to with quality time and career wise and all that stuff? You told me she has her own business. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely understanding of like how, I mean, it wasn't easy at first because like I moved back into my parents' house for good like once this happened with my mom, because like I could work from home. So
definitely.
So I mean, she understands how like it's fucking difficult.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together like we started because we knew each other in college, and then we kind of like rekindled our relationship a few years later or whatever.
Nice, man.
But it was literally like a month or two before my mom got fucking cancer. So like literally our whole like full-fledged relationship has kind of been like this. But like, damn, dude, man. Like
respect.
I don't even like it's just like it's made it like grow slowly, you know what I mean? It's people just like take it fucking slow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people will jump into things way too fucking quickly. So like it's just made us take it slow and like actually fucking build a relationship instead of like, because I was so anti all that shit, because to me it's just like, think about me, it's just a fucking waste of time. That's how I always look at relationships, dude.
It's a lot of work. It's 100% a lot of work, man.
But I didn't realize like you could be in a relationship that wasn't a fucking waste of time and like actually improved your fucking time when you were like doing other things.
Yeah, man. No, 100. Like for me, like I met my wife in high school.
That's crazy. You're married. That's insane.
I know, man. No, it's a trip, man. But like, just anyone out there who is married, young or old, man, you know when it's the right time and everything. So we got married. Our 1 year anniversary is coming up in October.
Oh shit! And, so it's recent marriage.
Oh yeah. It was recent marriage, but we've been together for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So what's it called? Why was I even starting? Oh yeah. So the cool thing is, it's like, I literally met her. We have such like an interesting story. Like she started like living with me like my senior year in high school. Like we were seniors, like driving to school together because she like lived with me, just because she had like a really horrible like upbringing and childhood and stuff like that. And like my pops was like, dude, you need to like come live with us, right?
Yeah.
And
your dad
so
seems
because of
cool.
that, oh no, dude, he's dope, man. So he what's it called? Or wait, what was I gonna say?
She came to live with you guys.
By us living together at such a young age, very quickly, it was able to, like, we learned our habits very fast, and we were able to like conquer them and everything. So when it was time to actually, move out to an apartment right after we graduated high school, because of just, it's a long story, but we had to go get an apartment like over by like Disneyland and shit. And that was like, so moving out to an apartment on your own at 19, it was a lot of different emotions and financially, mentally, physically, all that type of shit, right? Dude, and like that year was so bad, bro. Like I was like, right before I started my YouTube channel, like my computer crashed, my car broke down, and like we were having money problems like all in the same week, bro. It was so bad. And so yeah, it's just ups and downs and stuff. But the whole reason why I brought this up is because like her name's Alexis, but I call her Six. And so Six, she's been with me like ever since I started making music. So she's literally been there like since the jump. So now everything that I'm doing now with the whole TikTok thing and YouTube and everything, like she plays such an important role in my life. And you know, it's very like 50-50. I mean, dude, she like because again, she's the one on TikTok like spending time on it to make sure like, okay, what's trending, what songs are popping, hey, you need to do this, blah blah blah, because I don't got time to be doing that or really be focused on that. And so she's really been like that person to be like, okay, like you need to add these sound effects and put a screen so people can interact with it and dance with it and all that type of shit, you know. So now it's just like whatever, you know, thing financially or, you know, with managers and all this type of shit, it's just like she's able to like ride that with me, you know. And it's pretty dope. Like I don't know like where I'd be if I was like doing this all kind of by myself, you know, because a lot of people do, you know, a lot of people do the whole YouTube thing or career wise by themselves, and, you know, respect to them. But
that's how I pretty much do it.
Yeah, no, for real, man. That's crazy.
I mean, she definitely helps me with like a lot of stuff, like filming and stuff, like filming Instagram videos and being in the videos. But
oh, dude, that makes sense. I always wondered, like, I dead ass thought you had like a drone or something. I thought you had like a little drone in your room that like
went back and forth on a string.
I don't know why I thought that. Yeah.
Swinging back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, you got like a lot of people living in that house, right? So I'm pretty sure someone could have filmed.
But yeah, big thing I did too was I remember Gary Vee used to always talk about this. Was like, I don't know if he talks about it too much anymore, but it was like auditing your time, and people just, I feel like people, he would just say it like, oh, he was saying it like 2 years ago, and I don't think people actually took it serious, because when the IRS fucking audits you, they literally go through every fucking anything, every little thing you bought, made money, they go through your whole shit. So that's what I did with my time. I went, I freaking, if I went over to the wall and unplugged the thing from the wall and just like kind of sat there a second trying to plug it in, and it took me 2 minutes, I would put that in my notes. So from 9:02 to 9:04, I fucking unplugged the thing from the wall. So I did that for like a week or something, like not even. Yeah. I did that for like 3 days, we'll say, until I realized like kind of what was going on. And it was you just realize where the time is being wasted. And for me, it was like the first hour when I wake up is just like, but I'm still working on that one, but like the rest of the day,
it's tricky because
the rest of the day, it was just like a lot of the time being wasted for me was like procrastinating before I edited a video that I didn't want to edit. Before I edited one of those videos that was like, tough. I've filmed the same video 20 times. So like, dude, now like I think I sacrifice some of like the producer view. I don't even know if honestly, I don't even think fuck sacrificing views, but I definitely don't do some like screen recording or making beats, things that would be easier to film. I go out of my way to film like the vlogs or like sit there and think for a second, like, all right, how can I film this in an interesting way so that when I'm editing, it only takes me the time that it should take me. And and I keep that creative fire, and it comes out good and stuff like that. I like that. And then just random times where you're procrastinating, like you see where those seconds are that you, not seconds, but like there's a lot of fucking time. Like it was just hours of my day that was just like being thrown out the fucking window. And I was like, and it's like now I'm doing more in a day with less time than I was doing. In my days when I had the entire fucking day to work.
Yeah, dude, no, 100%. I'm still trying to figure out, because again, like I never thought I would see like 99 plus requests on Instagram. Like, I never would have thought I would see that shit, you know. So now it's just like, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier about like just overwhelming shit, you know. But like, you know, like I'm inspired by like Chris, man, because like he follows nobody on Instagram, so he dead ass goes to Instagram for like work purposes only. Because like,
he really?
For me, oh yeah, bro, he doesn't follow. I think he only follows his podcast, and that's it. And,
that's amazing.
It's yeah, bro, it's amazing. And I think he like followed like a model one time for like 1 week. It was just like only following that model. Is funny. But he like, or what I'm trying to do is like anytime I'm answering DMs or doing anything social media work purposes wise, I'm always ending up looking at other people's stories or going through my feed for a little bit. And it you know, it's not bad. Like I really don't spend a lot of time doing it, but still, it's like I want to eliminate that.
Yeah, you have to be disciplined with it because you can't go as people who create for the internet. You can't completely fucking go off the grid with the shit because you have to be with everything. You have to be up to date with what's going on, but you just have to be disciplined with it. And just like getting more disciplined.
Even commenting on your peers' work or Instagram stories or putting the little fire emojis or whatever, it's kind of like, networking face value in real life is still obviously extremely important, but man, dude, like having face value on social media is just as important, being, if you're not commenting on people's stuff and not, whatever, I'm just speaking off my
you need the social media one. Like, it's good to have the real life one. Like it really helps build what you're trying to build, or it helps you get to where you're really trying to go. Like that shit will definitely help you when it comes to like networking to build a team, or networking to like network to just know people and learn things and whatever, all the fucking benefits of that. Like it's good to do that, but you need the social media. There's too many people that there's too many people that spend their whole time fucking trying to network with people and have no fan base, no social media presence.
Yes.
And it's just like, you can't fucking do anything if you have no fans, if there's no one that wants to see it.
Thank you, man. Like, I want to speak on this heavy because like you could probably speak on, experience way more than I could. And like, I know you and Taz and Nick, you guys all have talked about it because you guys are all from, I think you're more like East Coast, but I mean, I think, didn't Nick come from like mid-America? Like
he's like Virginia.
State. Virginia, yeah, okay. Or so like just all those, states that, not a lot of shit is happening or whatever. Like, dude, I've literally been born and raised in Orange County, which is an hour away from the biggest city ever, which is LA, right?
Yeah. So and going into LA didn't do shit for you, and TikTok did everything.
Dude, thank you. It's just like, bro, when I was a senior in high school, I was performing a lot, like doing like a lot of local beat shows. Like I was super like into like the LA beat scene. I don't know how much you know about that, but it was super prominent at the time. And dude, like I would be, I am not gonna front, I would be sucking up and kissing people's asses, going to all these venues and trying to show face and fucking shake as many hands as I possibly could and make it seem like I was there to like really, watch their set. And it was bullshit, man. Like, I hated it. I felt like I was doing something, but you weren't doing anything at all, really. And it's just like I would play these shows and 3 people would be in the crowd and people were like, hey, those 3 people could be. So I'm like, I know, but if people think going that route is still like the only way, it's like, dude, you're living in the past, Yeah,
but
and like,
you don't. If any, dude, you don't even want to go that fucking route, dude. First of all, like the kids out there that are DMing me asking me how do I get more views in my YouTube videos. Let's say you post a YouTube video. How do
you answer that?
Well, what I'm saying is like, let's say you got you posted a beat and it has 350 views, right? Mm-hmm. 350 views, 400 views. The fucking show I went to with Aries, that was fucking insane last night. If Aries DM'd you and said, hey, you should open up and perform, you would have went up there and been like, oh my God, this is the most fucking craziest thing of all time. 350 people filled up that venue.
Yeah.
Right? And it was crazy. They were there for Aries. Most likely they're not going to remember who you were if you opened up anyways.
Sure.
So it does nothing. But let's say everyone did, like that YouTube video is doing the same numbers, but people don't realize. People don't realize that because they don't picture the people. And it's fucking same with me, dude. I did the same thing. But like, and here's the thing, right? Imagine trying to do 1,000 people. Then you have to book the venue. But like, to do 1,000 people on YouTube, you literally just have to fucking post another video. Maybe that one does 1,000.
Dude, that's crazy.
And it's getting to people all over the world, and I don't know.
And in that same no, man. Like I love what you're saying because like I don't know if they have these like at all venues, but a lot of the venues where I live in Orange County, especially the Observatory, Aries just played that like the other week. Yeah. He actually like invited me. Yeah. Oh really? Probably when you were on tour and stuff.
It's in what's the place it's in?
Santa Ana.
Yeah, I did a show there, dude. I DJ'd there.
With Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's crazy, man.
And I did
Yeah,
the Catalyst
dude,
is
it's so
the other
funny
one he did too.
Oh, okay, got you.
That's
it's
in
so funny.
somewhere
Speaking of Cam Meekins, your boy, it's so funny, dude, because like all love to him, but like anytime you would have someone on the podcast, you'd be like, oh, have you ever heard of Cam Meekins? They'd be like, no, I never heard of him, right? It pissed me off because I was like, dude, I can't wait to be on Kyle's podcast so I can be like, yes, I know Cam Meekins. I've been listening to him since middle school because he did.
Oh, it's amazing.
He did a song back when I was in middle school. Called Two Roads. And
yeah.
Bro, that was like my shit, bro. I had that on repeat, right? So every time you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, dude, Cam Meekins, right? So shout out Cam, man. And but anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, so I was talking about the venues, right? So I don't know if this is like with all venues, but you can go to the observatory in Santa Ana, right? And like you can pay to play. Mm-hmm. So what they do is they give you like 500 tickets or something, or like something like that.
Them, yeah.
And and whatever you don't sell, you have to pay out of pocket to play. And dude, I know so many people that do this constantly. Like they think they've been doing this for years. Like I've been following them on Instagram, and dude, like I know they're grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like all love to the grind and everything, man. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying, where I had to step outside of my box and to really look at the content I was creating, everything I was doing, and being like, does this carry value? Am I, creating value for people and all this stuff? So it's just like people who think that is the route, man, and they're just like pouring money into that.
Realistically, here's the thing, right? Other than
talk about it,
the only thing that people are benefiting, the only benefit coming from a show, a tour, or anything like that, the only person getting a real benefit are the people running the fucking show. So the person that promotes it, or the person that it is their venue, or like, for example, like Aries and his like main fucking team, like his manager, whoever's like the core team of him.
Yeah.
Those are the people benefiting from that. And other people can benefit too. Like say his DJ or his or like his merch guy, or his like, or the people at the venue, or maybe he didn't have an opener, or maybe some other opener. You benefit with experience, so you're getting experience by doing those things. So that like his DJ's dope, but the dude Bizquick, I don't even know how he knows him, but like he had a cool ass set, like jumping around, I think he produces all of his own stuff too, and it was like sick.
Yeah. He did that dope remix of Blossom a while ago.
Yeah, it was so sick. Yeah. He killed it. But like he probably like, yeah, it's Aries' show, and like probably the fans are for Aries, but he's learning shit on this fucking tour. Yes. And like I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's done tours before or whatever, but like he's learning how to do his songs, and like, oh, this song fucking hit when I performed, and I didn't think it would do anything. I almost took it off my play. So you do learn experience, but like people get it twisted because they do this stuff for a year, and then they just fucking keep doing it, thinking that they're gonna get the same benefit as the dude showing up.
I know, man.
Or when it's like,
shout out to all the freaking reactors on YouTube, bro. Like shout out to Tabby, man. He's like one of my favorite. I don't know if you heard of him. And this guy is like, he's known to be a reactor to all these albums. He edits funny. He's a funny personality. And because of that, when I found out he's a rapper and he comes out, he makes his own music, I'm a fan of his music. Like, dude, that's just one way you could, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all his videos on his YouTube has nothing to do with his music, but it has built him a fan base. Like, dude, Jonah Hill, he made a song called Jonah Hill, and Jonah Hill posted that guy's song on his story. And like, it's just, it all stems from reaction videos. It's like, dude, like you said, like people are doing so much more on YouTube than people going the old school route and just trying to play shows and network. Like, dude, you're limiting yourself to one city. You know what I'm saying?
What's like the route you're taking right now with everything? Like, what do you think is your like, what's your main fucking like source of fucking income and shit right now? Like, what's your...
Well, again, man, the most incredible blessing that I truly never thought was going to happen. Because again, bro, like if you told me any of this was going to happen months ago, I would have said bullshit. But if you told me months ago that, you know, you're going to have a successful YouTube channel in a few years, I would have been like, yeah, I can see that. That's what I'm aiming for, right? But everything with TikTok and everything like that, it has created a fan base more than just YouTube. And now people, you know, like I'm about to hit 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Wow.
And it's just like, I never would have thought I would have a Spotify following, you know,
That's
because
amazing.
like I just didn't yet. And so now I'm able to make money off of Spotify and YouTube. And I have those two as like my main income and stuff. But I'm also, you know, like promoters are hitting me up to do TikTok videos where I do a remix of some kid's song, you know what I'm saying? And so like they pay me for that. And, you know, I'm still figuring out a bunch of shit, you know, but like I just recently got a manager and stuff, and he's super cool. And so he's just, you know, we're talking like what I want out of him, and he's just basically just like, dude, like we can do so much, like you have no idea and stuff. And so it's just, yeah, dude, it's so,
Yeah,
when it
dude.
comes to my route, yeah.
My advice would be fucking take it slow.
Yes.
Because although it fucking came fast, it's gonna be a long fucking way to go from here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
I've been obviously you've been doing it a long time, but I've had like success, and like I've been doing it a long time, but I've had some success where I can live off of my brand for like 2 years, and it's just like it just feels like it's day one still. You know what I mean? It feels like it's the same thing.
So sick.
A lot of people fucking rush into it and like, oh, let's fucking like let's do this and get this money and get this, and like you got to get your fucking money and get things right, but like fucking build the fucking brand and just and just make the money you have to make to survive, and just build the Spotify and the YouTube and the brand, and put out the fucking merch and all that shit, and just fucking take it slow.
That's why I love what you said. I don't know if you said it in a podcast or on a video, man, but like you were talking about the videos you do with your girlfriend, and like you and her are well aware that like every video she's in, it gets like 100K plus, right?
Yeah.
But you're like, I do not want to make that my brand. I don't want to make every video a hit. And that was like the first time I ever heard that. I was like, whoa, like I never looked at it like that. Like every time I was trying to make a YouTube video, like, I mean, obviously when you have such little subscribers, you want every video to be a hit.
Yeah, of course.
So like that's what I was focused on. But like, you know what I'm
so.
saying? Like, yeah, right. But like based off your thumbnails, your titles, you know, the style of videos and everything, it's instead of it saying, you know, oh, hey, quote unquote, this is boring, this is the same thing. It's like, no, it's like, it's a steady flow by design. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what your brand is all about. And I think that's brilliant, man.
I always just look at people who have like had success. Like I always just see people that come up on my feed randomly, and it's like, oh shit, remember that fucking guy from like 6 months ago that's completely fucking irrelevant now. It's just you have to just really build that. Like the people I look at are people that have had these long consistent fucking journeys, and like that was the thing about TikTok. I was like, all right, I have to like learn this thing, and I have to like, I really like podcasts, I want to do it, so let's do it. I want to fucking do this, so let's fucking do it. Because like the thing is, people don't adapt to the change, and they get some success, make some money off of it, and then they just fucking kind of get content. And it's like if you're not growing, you're dying type of thing. And and like the thing is, like I fucking, you've heard me say this before, like the G-Eazy fucking song, about my favorite G-Eazy song is like the most least popular song. And I always think about that as like the videos that have fucking changed people's lives. Or like that last video I posted, dude, like it was just a vlog, and people were just fucking with it so heavily because they've seen all the other shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you just have to have It was just like a vlog, and my $10,000 investment. I was just
that's what I was loving it, man. Yeah, exactly.
And it was sick, dude. Like I had so much fun editing that, and like I was vlogging a little bit today already, and like I just think, because obviously like if you can create something that truly represents your brand, like represents what you're trying to do, and it just does really well, just fucking head for the fucking fences, baby. Like you hit gold
100%.
Like if you have something that's exactly what you're like, if my next music video fucking, and if I just posted a perfect vlog where it was like some music stuff, some other stuff I like in the style that I liked it, and it was like, this is my brand, and it just got a million views, guess what, I'm gonna do the same fucking thing the next day. And like,
dude, shout out shout out Gami. He did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like I was hyped when that
Yeah.
video blew up because like that's the shit that I like. And like my videos are a little bit different from his, but just like that, just like day in the life feels so dope to me. Like that's
Dude,
that's
yeah,
how I
and-
fell in love with music. Honestly, was people producers posting these like day in the life where it's like they wake up, they fucking do whatever they do, they go to the studio, they eat some food, and it's just like they're living their lives just making music. Like that's how I even fell in love with music. So that's like what I want to keep creating along with
Dude,
everything
100%, man. Like I want to speak on that. Like, you know, I can definitely admit and take the L on this, and like, you know, I want to face my what's the word? I don't know the word I'm looking for. I don't know, like the low things about myself that I'm trying to improve on or whatever. Like I want to like face that. And so anyone who's like listening, man, and anyone who's just like, you know, upset with where they are and they want to be at different spot, man, like, you know, like when Origami, like, when that video blew up for him, man, and just he fucking got 100K in 6 fucking days.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude, like I was pissed. Like I was mad. And I was just like, fuck, man, like if any one of my videos did that well, like I know I would get the attention and could blah, blah, right? I was like full of myself and all that bullshit, dude. And then when I really like took the L and like looked at it, I was like, okay, number one, you're fucking dumb. Do not start thinking like that way. 2, I started like going back to like Gami's work, and I was like, bro, shout out my guy. This guy has been grinding for like years. It's not like that was like his first video. Nothing
and
against
like
it either.
And like he had the beats. Like he was selling. He has a beat selling channel that's just called Origami.
Yeah, like he was. Exactly.
So he was
like,
already making money as a producer, and he still was grinding out for the videos because he wanted to do it.
Like I think he had like 40K on Instagram already. Like he was already like doing it. Like so for, you know, it was inevitable for him to just blow up on YouTube, you know. So anyone out there listening, man, like if you ever envy someone or envy their lives, or you know you're jealous or whatever, man, I promise you, man, it literally does absolutely nothing to progress your mental health, your career success, everything like that, man. And so I fucking, you know, I completely changed my mentality.
You gotta
so
take it with
Gami,
cause dude, I've been there, dude. Fucking looking at like Pat Ryan's first video get 1 million views.
Really?
Dude. And here I am
amazing.
posting fucking videos every day and nothing's happening.
Or having him on your pod, you know what I'm saying? Like exactly, like that's crazy.
That was like 2 years ago or whatever. And
3, I think.
And like fucking, so I think you need to just look at it, because like you have to, everything is a fucking balance. You have to look at it like people have to look at me and try to get my numbers. I have to look at the fucking person above me. Like I'm looking at Aries, like
sure, right?
Like I want to fucking do that, but you can't just be. I feel like it's a balance, because you want to be competitive too. Like that's the good thing about having people, is like you can be competitive and try to reach those things, but also you can be friends with them and get inspired and be happy for them. So it's like a thing where you're trying to beat everyone, but you're also just like, it's all good. Like we're on our fucking own paths here. So I think you have to take both from it. Is like you have to get a little pissed at it, but at the same time you have to not let that affect of what you're trying to do, and just like use it as motivation.
Yeah, man.
Which is not easy to do.
And I think the thing, right. And I think the thing that was doing it for me too, man, like I just, you know, it felt like you guys were all in this giant club that like which is so you can't access, and it just, you know, not like I was like chasing your guys' friendship, but like I knew that if I was around just incredible energy and creative, no, like,
dude,
for real,
someone's listening to this too, and someone's listening to this like, fuck, dude, Lucian's in the club, bro.
Damn,
Lucian's got invited to the fucking club, dude.
No, bro,
and
but like I'm not gonna front, like, bro, like, I hope you know, like, we've been talking almost 2 hours, bro, and I'm just, like, I'm so tripping, because it's just, like, I'll never forget the days, like, driving to fucking Costco, hating my life. Sorry, no, that's super dramatic. Hating my job, and I loved my life, man. Like, I got my pups and my wife, we're chilling, right? But just driving to the job I hate, just listening to every, you know, like, dude, in my break room, I would be listening to this podcast, and just
that was me listening to Internet Money podcast, dude. I was driving fucking Uber, listening to Taz fucking
amazing, dude.
Talk about how much money he's making selling beats. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I never watched his vlogs. Like, I really wish I was like watching his vlogs back in the day, like kind of like how you always talk about.
Yeah.
But I never saw those. But
yeah, he just exposed the fucking people. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He exposed how the fact that people were making money selling beats. So
Let me ask you this, okay? This is where I start like contemplating like the future for YouTube and music and just whatever, right? Like what's the next wave and shit, right? Did you ever watch like, you know how like you always mention Ryan Leslie and all that and stuff, like those his videos and shit?
yeah.
Like, did you ever watch this one guy named Sounds08? Like it's spelled like SOWNNDS or whatever.
Let me look him up. Is it on YouTube?
Okay, yeah, look him up. He's on YouTube. Okay, and I can almost guarantee
SOW
SOWNDS08. Dude, we're giving my freaking this guy the plug.
Fuck it.
This guy, like, bro, he's dead ass been making beat making videos for 10 years on YouTube. Like his most popular videos from 9 years ago. Okay,
And he's still posting too.
And he's still posting, bro, and he still has, you know, like, you know, he not even have 20,000 subscribers yet, right? And again, like everyone's life is different and shit like that, but it's just like I would look at these guys' videos when I just started making beats, because again, no one was making beat
Yeah,
making
like
videos
this
back
is the
then.
shit people were watching.
Yes, bro. But it's just like, why did someone like him not, you know, take off? Or why is it that, you know, Ryan Leslie, you know, I don't know what he's doing now. You know, I know he was doing really great at the time, and like he's probably still relevant and everything. I never knew about him though. But it's just like,
an artist,
I don't know.
producer, kind of like Pharrell.
Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's actually a perfect description. So yeah, like I don't know. Like I'm just curious. It's just like, why when he was making these videos 10 freaking, you know, 6 years ago, whatever, like why weren't they blowing up just like when Pat Ryan got on 3 years ago and it fucking blew up, and
Dude,
now it came.
I think it was just like a weird timing, dude.
Fuck, dude.
That was because like
it's fascinating to me.
Because like me and Pat talked about that on when he did the podcast like a little bit, just like why the fuck his. I think it was just because I don't know why he did this, but like he just put more of like a. It's not like he did anything crazy, but like
literally nothing.
He turned to the camera and say, "Hey," he put something else on it instead of saying, "Yo, we in the studio about to make a beat," which is what I was doing, which is what a lot of people were fucking doing. We're in the studio about to make a beat. He said, "Hey, a lot of my friends told me I should upload a beat make." He put a personal touch to it that like a lot of people weren't putting to it, and then Sharpie fucking saw that and just. Was I think Sharpie saw that and was just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking upload a video every single day around beats. And
bro, like he just started making beats too. Like he did not.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think I'm gonna have him on here eventually whenever we can fucking schedule that out.
You guys keep talking about it, man. You guys been talking about it for like half a year.
Dude, you should see our text back and forth. Every single text.
Oh my god, bro. He's that busy.
What should we do this?
Respect.
Well, we're both just kind of fucking. Lately, we've been both busy. Trying to like schedule it.
No, it's all good. That's gonna be a great podcast because he hasn't done like one interview. Like,
yeah, dude. Because like,
I'm so interested with his story.
He was such a big part of like growing it. Like Pat kind of exposed how people wanted a personal touch and beat making videos, and Sharpie fucking just kept the fucking wave going, dude. And then Aries and Ramzoid came along.
Aries and they just
and kind of brought like a more of a mainstream touch to it because they were adding in like if Drake blah blah blah, if this famous person blah blah blah. So they were bringing like mainstream attention to it, and then it would go to Sharpie, and then all these other people, and then like FL Studio, and then
amazing. It
kind of created like a thing where people know to go to YouTube now, and like they have YouTube producers. It's like it's a thing now.
Amazing.
Which niche. It like
and then after that came you, and then I think Chris was like you guys.
Yeah, me and Chris kind of came around the same time.
Yeah,
and then
I'm trying to think of who else, like because I definitely consider like once you came, like that was like the second generation of YouTube.
Yeah.
And dude, we're talking about it like as if it was 10 years, bro. Like it was literally like Aries, Ramzoid.
It was Pat Ryan and Sharpie came right after him, and then Aries and Ramzoid kind of flooded in together.
So like those four are like the OG like first generation.
Yeah.
And then you got but the funny thing is like Busy Work Beats is literally like ahead of everyone. Like he's been doing this.
Yeah,
forever,
same with him,
you know?
and him and like Curtis King have been doing these.
Yeah, Curtis,
dude,
yeah,
they're
man.
like the dude that you just sent me, except they adapted to the fucking times.
Yes,
You
which
know what
was
I mean?
extremely brilliant. Yeah,
and they
yeah, no, dude,
somehow
exactly.
engraved their way into the niche. Because this is the type of shit that I think about right here, right?
Mhm.
There's a fucking kid on YouTube with 174,000 subscribers, uploading fucking FL Studio videos every single other day or something. But
Yeah.
we're not talking about him right now. But instead, we're talking about Chris Punsalon with 70,000. So
Yeah.
why I don't know, like that's what I think about is the brand versus the
Yeah.
fucking numbers. They're getting more views than Chris.
100%.
They have more subscribers. Why are we talking about Chris and what he's doing? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
man.
what I
Or
think
dude,
about
or-
when it comes to like
uh-huh.
building fucking all this shit. But say what
Yeah,
you're
dude. I mean, same goes for like Lifestyle did it, man. Like he,
Yeah,
you know, has like
exactly.
the same subs as Chris. You know what I'm saying? And but like we talk about him way more than people with way more subs.
Yeah,
Or,
it's weird, right?
Yeah, or like you had Sicky on here, man. And I think
Yeah.
when you had him on, what he had like 20K subs or something like that when he came on
Yeah.
or something.
Same with
So
like
it's just, like,
fucking
it's-
Kyle fucking Stemberger. Everyone knows him.
Yeah, yeah.
And like same
Yeah,
with
no, I
KBZ,
love
but
it.
there's a dude with fucking I
KBZ,
come
yeah.
across him all the time. And I'm just like, dude, who is this dude with 230,000 fucking subscribers
That's amazing, man.
making
Yeah,
FL
no,
Studio
it's-
tutorials
Yeah.
around trap beats
And
and,
then you got-
nobody even talks about it.
And then you got fucking Mai laughing at everybody with 400K subs not doing one video.
I
Shout
know,
out
dude.
to all of them, man. I love seeing this incredible wave, man. It's just absolutely just fascinating to me.
It's amazing, dude. What do you think so I asked you your short term fucking route of
Yeah.
kind of where you're trying to take everything now. What do you think is like, this is a hard fucking question, but what do you think you want to take everything? And I'm not
mean,
saying
look,
5
yeah.
years, 2 years, but just right
I
now,
know.
where are you trying to take
Okay,
everything?
right now. Oh, that's that. I like that. Okay,
Like in the next, like, you know what I'm saying? The next, like,
next
year
the
or
next
two.
year,
Next
right?
year or two.
Okay, next year I want to be making six figures, and it's more than just the money aspect. Okay, it's more, you know, because
course.
again, like me and my wife, we are like the complete opposite of like materialistic people. Like, dude, like, yeah, I love the fact that you drive your fucking Toyota Corolla. Like, I love that idea, you know. And then, you know, so I really just want to be able to make a comfortable living for me, my wife, our pups, go, you know, and just be able to work at home, man, freaking make music and be a part of, you know, this whole, you know, wave and be able to inspire others. And like that's also the biggest part of it too. Like making a living obviously is the dream and stuff, man, but like the fact that we're literally like, dude, I see all those DMs that like you post on your story, and you're literally probably posting like 5% of all the DMs you actually
Not
get.
even,
And,
dude.
like same go, yeah,
Point
yeah,
fucking
you know what I'm
5%.
saying? Your 0.5, yeah, dude, it's incredible. So it's just like the fact that, you know, this all goes back full circle how we started this podcast, man. And like you asked me how I got started, and it's like the way Nujabes inspired me to make music, and same with like DJ Premier and all that. It's like now we're in that same level of inspiring these young kids that literally, you know, dude, like I think about how ginormous lo-fi is, and I'm still getting kids DMing me going, bro, I didn't even know what lo-fi was until I met you. Like, I
Yeah.
fucking love it, and like this is what I want to do. Like, that's just insane. Like, it just goes to show you how many people there are. Like, I'm still getting notifications from people going, dude, found you in my recommended, like, so glad you got a new sub, and I'm at like 150K. So it's just like, it's amazing that there's still new people, right? But anyways, I'm getting off topic. But basically that's like my year goal, and really to do more stuff like TikTok involved. Like, dude, I don't know, man, just these crazy opportunities are just coming to me that I literally, like, even if I wanted to think about it, I wouldn't think is possible. Like next month I'm going to I got invited to the Chainsmokers show, and I'm gonna like do a TikTok with fucking the Chainsmokers. Like, it's just
Wow.
fucking weird.
It's
You know what
amazing.
I'm saying? And it's like I'm not trying to like flex, I'm just saying like
It's
literally
amazing,
anything.
dude. You're inspiring.
Yeah,
bro.
no, it's
Fuck-
just any
dude. Fuck flexing, dude. It inspires
no,
everyone,
right?
dude.
Yeah,
Like-
no, 100%, man.
Like, yeah, all that shit, dude. That some kid listened to this is the biggest fan of the Chainsmokers, and he's uploading a
Right?
TikTok as we speak right now. He's thinking of an
Dude,
idea.
it's amazing. Yeah, and I hate to say it, like, but like I don't even like listen to them like that, but like all love and respect to them, you know, 100%. And no, it's gonna be cool. But anyways, but so that's like my year goal, right? But at the same time, you know, when I get opportunities like that, I'm like, dude, I really like have no idea what I'm in for like the next 5 years. And then, but when I started thinking about it, it goes back to what I was mentioning about like Tony Hawk. Like he was a professional skateboarder. That's what he was known for, but he took it to a completely different level with the whole video game thing and all that stuff. So it's like the way I see myself in the next 10, 15, 20 years as I progress through this career, it's like I do not want to just be a freaking YouTube producer for the rest of my life, you know, or whatever. It's just like I want to do so much more and just, you know, all that stuff.
It's good, dude. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, something I've been really thinking about now that I've built this, like, because you're still on your, like, you're like fucking out here right now. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking doing your thing right now. So like, appreciate but like it, something man. Something that I fucking think about now that I've kind of like, I mean, I'm still fucking, it's not like I'm not saying like everything is growing still amazingly, but like something I've just been thinking about as I'm still just like, I've been growing at the same pace right now, like a steady incline for fucking 2 years. And it's something I've been thinking about as like as I'm making more money and as I'm getting bigger sponsorship deals and as you're getting more messages and you're getting more views and you're getting more subscribers, is like making sure that foundation is correct in all aspects. Yeah. A team, having a good fucking accountant that helps me out with this shit. And like making a real business out of it. Like all my money now goes into my business, doesn't go into me. Like none of it goes to me, and you don't want it to fucking go to you because you're gonna get fucking destroyed by the IRS. But like,
dude, I was gonna ask you about taxes and shit. Yeah.
But yeah, fucking, and like it's like the saying of if you watch a skyscraper being built in like New York, there's like I actually randomly watched a video of, because 9/11, I was binging all those fucking 9/11 videos again. Yeah. But like
they're so fascinating.
If you watch the new, I think it was a time lapse of the new World Trade Center being built, the one building. And if you watch the time lapse, it's like the whole fucking first 5 minutes of the video is just the foundation being built. Like, you know what I mean? And then the last fucking 60 seconds is just goes all the way up to the top in 2 seconds. And most of the video was just them on the foundation, building the whole foundation. And like, you can do it other ways, but like, I just know for a fact that like, I tweeted this out, like, I don't want my music to blow the fuck up right now because I'm not good enough at making songs yet. I'm not. I can make I got some hot little fucking songs sitting on my computer right now that I'm gonna put out, but like I can't consistently fucking make that. And like that's what I didn't realize when I was pissed about my videos not blowing up, is like, dude, my beats were like, I listened to my videos I made 2 years ago and I'm like, dude, I was like barely making good beats 2 years ago. And like people were still calling me a fucking god and shit, but like I wouldn't get away with that shit today. Like I've improved so much the past 2 years to the point where I feel like I'm in my own fucking lane of beats right now. And like you have to be ready for the fucking blow up in all aspects, or else you're gonna get fucked in the end. So that's something I've been thinking about as I continue to grow, is like making sure I'm taking days off instead of forcing out a fucking other video to like get some things fucking settled and actually fucking, I don't know, just do the right things.
No, dude, no, I love it, man. And it's true though about like what you said about like blowing up too fast or whatever. It's just like Gami, just like myself, it's like we were building up. The best way I can describe it, it's like while I was just complaining in my head going like, what, dude, like I just want to get, you know, I want my videos to be seen, I want to create a fan base, all this type of stuff. It's like it felt like I was building like a bomb shelter, like a war bunker. And like then, you know, so I'm building and collecting all these supplies, you know, building my fort nice and strong and everything, right, with all the videos I've been making. And then like when I blew up on TikTok, it's like, okay, war has started and now I have my bunker to like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's because again, I just had all that arsenal of videos where people, you know, as I'm blowing up, they can just keep watching and watching as I'm making new ones and stuff. So it was just like, so again, just to anyone listening, man, like everything you are doing currently right now and anything you are creating and stacking up and building, whether that's, you know, music and videos and all this type of shit, content, it is not going to waste, and it's not.
Yeah,
gonna be
and it's like, dude, like it comes with experience too, and it comes with learning from experience, and like really just like reevaluating what the fuck you're doing. Like now I feel like every situation, like good or bad, like if something goes drastically wrong, I always just think, all right, well, I don't know what the fuck I learned from this, but in like a month from now, I'm gonna do something different because of this fucking shitty thing that I fucked up at or something like that.
Dude, 100%. I truly, I'm a huge believer in everything happens for a reason. Like literally anything good, anything like bad. Like, I mean, even to the extent of like, someone close to you like passing away and all that stuff. Like just everything happens for a reason. You may not be able to figure out ever, or it may take you 5 years to figure out, or 20 years, whatever. But like, I'm a huge believer, because if you don't believe that, you're just going to stay angry at the world, or you're going to stay angry at if something doesn't go your way or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, like when I was younger, like I wanted to work at this like record store really bad, because like I didn't want to work at Costco. I didn't want to work at some lame job. I was like, I want to be around music. Let me work at this record store job. And it's like, I tried so hard, man. Like I went in there like every week just to like show face and try to be a part of it. And dude, the guy who owned it was just not having it. I'm like, I don't know what this guy's seeing, right? I was angry, right?
Yeah.
And but I'm so glad I never got that job, because my life probably wouldn't have panned out the way it did. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big butterfly effect.
Amazing. What advice, if someone listening to this right now that has been making beats on FL Mobile or like has been making beats on the demo version, and it's like, man, I'm gonna buy fucking Ableton, or I'm gonna buy FL Studio, and they're gonna make beats, and they're gonna try to fucking be a producer in whatever way they want. A fucking YouTube producer, maybe they want to be in the studio, maybe they want to be an artist, they want to make a podcast. What advice do you want to get? What advice would you give to someone that's just like kind of starting out right now?
Well, I think you actually answered it for me in that question itself, and I think probably the most important thing to really realize, and really analyze everything you're doing. Like once you're at a point, where you're really comfortable, like, whatever it is you're doing, art, making music, and everything like that, where it's just like, okay, like I feel like I'm ready, to, I want people to really start listening. I want more listeners. I want all this type of stuff. It's like once you're at that point, you really need to figure out what it is you want to do exactly. And what I mean by that, it's like, take Nick Mira, for example, just running the freaking industry right now. And it's just like, that guy makes freaking 20 beats a day. You know what I'm saying? There's people that lock themselves in their room and they just make beats all day, right? But like, if your goal isn't to, if your goal is to become like a YouTube producer, or just a YouTuber or something like that, in my opinion, I don't think you should be making 20 beats a day. Like that's not what you should be focusing on. Like I was spending most of my time, because I wanted to be big on YouTube. I wanted to have a YouTube following. I was spending more time editing videos than I was making music. Like the core thing of it is making. Yeah, dude, exactly. The core of it is making music, but I was spending more time on other shit. So it's like, if you're trying to get placements and you want to be in the industry, and you want to be like, the next freaking Cash Money AP, and just having an insane arsenal of tight beats on YouTube and shit like that, it's like, maybe you do need to be making 20 beats a day, and watching tutorials constantly and learning how to mix better and all that type of shit. So it's just like, that's the main focus. I feel like that can help you. And once you figure out every possible way, man, to stand out without decreasing your morals. Like, your morals are very important. Like, you don't want to blow up by doing something you didn't want to be blown up by, and now you're known as that guy doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to be able to stand out, but in your own comfortable way, and figure out a way you can be just relatable, man. Being relatable is probably the biggest thing I can say, because it's just like, how can you expand your content to the masses, And I feel like that's the best way, is just be relatable, man. So that's what's up.
Amazing. Beautiful. Amazing. Well, we've been talking for probably like 14 days at this point.
Yeah, man.
Where can people go follow you that don't already follow you? YouTube?
Yeah, man. So all my social media is at LLusion Music, and I know it can get confusing. I deal with it probably on a daily basis, and I just want to make it clear.
I'll put it perfectly in the title. How about that?
Perfectly. My name
Two
is
capital
LLusion.
fucking L's.
Yes. No I. It's not illusion. Nothing like that. It's spelled Illusion, no I, all that good shit.
It's funny when I was trying to find your YouTube account like today or something.
Yeah.
And you type in, even if you type in LLusion Music, it autocorrects to LLusion Music.
Bro, I know.
Some
I
other
hate
kid,
it. And then,
there's some other random fucking account.
I hate it. I'm trying to figure out some type of way to be able to, trademark it. 100%.
You should put it in like your,
shit,
I don't know, do they even still do channel tags? You should put it in your videos. Just
really?
Put in your videos and your channel tags, like LLusion Music, LLusion Music, all the misspellings.
Yeah.
That's what like if you looked at Bad Baby, that girl, when she was popping off, like all the fucking things that people, because they wouldn't know her as Bad Baby, but that was her YouTube channel. So like it was like Catch Me Outside Girl. That was all her tags. Was like all the things people would know her by.
Smart.
I used to.
Exactly.
I always look at that
or
shit.
Like if you look up, if you look up Illusion Beats, like I don't even have that in my name, but then that's when all my shit pops up or whatever, But anyways, man, so everything is at LLusion Music. Go check out my TikTok, man, Instagram, YouTube, and all that good stuff, man. Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming services. Go listen to all my instrumentals, man. Illusion, that's what's up, man. There it is.
Amazing, dude. Well, I'm glad we fucking did this, and I'm glad I fucking recorded OBS so we didn't lose everything.
Oh, man, dude. Oh, man. Yes, please save that with your life.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, guys.
I absolutely appreciate this, Kyle. Thank you, my man.
Thank you so much for watching this podcast. It's lit. We're out here. Thank you for coming on. This is amazing. Until the next one. Peace.
God bless. Peace.